Welcome to the Explore Real Estate Show. I am James Boslaw, your Fredericksburg area realtor and vacation rental investor. And this show is all about real estate in the Fredericksburg area, the Fawn Lake Community, and the vacation rental space. I help people buy and sell homes because I believe that everyone should grow their wealth as they live in or own a home that they love. I also believe that you should feel confident when you are buying or selling a home, and confidence comes when you are well educated and informed, and that's what this show is all about. Enjoy the show. Hey everybody, welcome to the Explore Real Estate Show, where in today's episode, I'm going to break down the real estate statistics for the Fawn Lake community in the month of February, and we have a lot to go over. I'm also going to do something slightly different than what I normally do, in that I'm going to compare what's going on in the Fawn Lake community to what's going on in the Fredericksburg area. They're actually telling two different stories, and I think that that is an important perspective to keep in mind as we dive into today's data. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right on in. Before I do that, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that I am absolutely committed to bringing you facts. This is data that I am not making up. These are the actual stats, the data that we have. And what that means is, especially in today's episode, that in some ways, this is not a fun episode for me to record because for many of you listening to this, you own a home in the Fawn Lake community, just like me. You're my friends, you're my neighbors, and I love bringing to you good news about what's going on. But in today's episode, it's not all good news, and it's not terrible either. I'll go over that. But whether it's good or it's bad, I want to bring you the truth, and that's something that I'm absolutely committed to. And that means that some episodes are going to be better than others as far as how much fun it is for me to share these truths, these data points with you. But in today's episode, it's a little sobering. So buckle up and let's dive right into what we see. First, what we're going to do is we are going to take a look at the overall sold dollar volume in the month of February of 2024. And when we do that and compare it to February of 2023, what we see is that there's only a 1% difference. So there's not much of a change in the overall sold dollar volume. So no issues there. The average sales price is down just over 2%, which is minimal. What we're seeing is, sales prices are not going up. They are going down, and the average sales price is down just minimally. However, the median sold price, which I think in many ways in our community is probably the more accurate way to assess things, but the median sales price is down about 19% in the Fawn Lake community this February as it was in last February. Now, with that being said, you might be hearing that going, whoa, what does that mean? Well, what it means is that we just have more supply and less demand. That's further indicated when we take a look at the average days on the market. This year, the average days on market is, get ready for this, 66 days. Now, that's a long time. That's over 2 months of a home being on the market before it goes under contract. Now, last year in February, the average days on market then was 5. So 5 days last year was the average days on market. This year, it's 66. Now, that is a very, very big leap as far as the average days on market. And we have more and more data that further states that buyers are having more and more leverage because of this. If we take a look at the average sold price to the original list price, we'll see that it's about 95%. So buyers are taking a look at the increased supply in the community. They're seeing what it's listed for, and they're saying, yes, I want this home. But because you have no other offers and because it's been sitting there for a while, we're going to come at this home at a lower price point, about 5% less than what the home was listed for. And so all of this just goes to show that if you own a home in Fawn Lake, it is going to take longer to sell. It's going to maybe be less than it would have sold for if it was a year ago. And the sales prices are going down in our community. However, it's so far with the data that we have, it's not too much just yet. Nothing to over worry about. If you take a look at the active listings right now in the Fawn Lake community for the month of February, we have 25 active listings, whereas in the 5-year average is 21. Now that is not the most accurate way to look at this data because This data pulls from the MLS. And if you do that, if you pull from the MLS right now and take a look at the homes for sale here in the Fawn Lake community, you will see 5 or 6 homes that are model homes that either NV or Ryan Homes are building. And it might show as 5 or 6 homes, but what we know is that those 5 or 6 homes can be built on 30 or 40 different lots. And so there's actually more inventory than what this data is showing us. And because there's more inventory, because there's more options for buyers to move into our community, it is lowering the demand. The supply is increased, and that is where we're seeing the average days of market go up. That's where we've seen homes being sold for less than what they're listed for. And that's kind of why we're at where we're at. If you take a look at the months of supply here in the February of 2024, we're at 6.3 months of supply, which is officially spilling over into a buyer's market. Anything above 5 or 6 months, that's when it starts to get into the buyer's market. They have more leverage, they have less competition, and it gives them the ability to seek more concessions. The 5-year average in our neighborhood in February for our months of supply is 4.3. So what we're seeing is that we're up, about 33% from the normal months of supply here in our community for the month of February. Now, take a breath for a moment. I got some more news that maybe is tough to hear, but once again, it provides perspective. As we're taking a look at the Fawn Lake community, yes, the prices are going down. Yes, the average days on market is going up. But if you compare that to what's taking place in the Fredericksburg area, what we're seeing there in the Fredericksburg area is that the average sales price, the median sales price of homes is going up just slightly. Not a lot, just slightly, about 3%, 3.5%. We're seeing that the average days on market is slightly down in the Fredericksburg area from where it was last year. But what that tells us is that because of the higher interest rates, the luxury market is feeling the impact of that more than the average market at large. And so with the interest rates remaining stubbornly high and people being more cautious moving forward due to high inflation, we are seeing that the luxury markets are experiencing a little bit more pain because of that. And we're going to be watching this closely because whatever the interest rates do in the coming months is going to have a pretty big impact on the demand for the Fawn Lake community. If we see interest rates remain stubbornly high, I could see us seeing more, slight decreases in the overall values of homes, or maybe even leveling off and remaining about the same as last year. But if we do see the interest rates drop, then I think we're going to see some appreciation again. We're going to see more demand jumping in. We're going to see people coming off the sidelines and jumping into the market, knowing that there's no better community to live in than the Fawn Lake community. And so we're going to be watching things very closely, the interest rates. We're going to be watching the demand. We are going to be watching the supply. All these things we're going to be tracking very, very closely. And I will be committed to bringing you all the updates as I receive them each month. So once again, if you're listening to this and you live in Fawn Lake and you own a home, it's kind of like, it's a little sobering. But once again, I am committed to bringing you the facts and the data. These things do not lie. And if you're looking to buy a home in Fawn Lake, my advice to you is to do it now. Even though the interest rates are high, you could always refinance. Now is the time to basically get the home that you like when you have less competition, more options, more inventory, and there's a chance that you could probably get it for a little less than asking price, unless, each situation is different. But if you're looking to move into the Fawn Lake community, now is a great time to do so. And I think that taking advantage of these current situations and markets could play to your advantage. Now, with that being said, I told you this episode may not be the most fun one for me to record, but at the same time, I am committed to giving you the truth because I do believe that the best decisions are made when everybody is informed and educated, and that's what this show is all about. I want to keep you informed and educated so you can make the best decision for you and your family. If you are looking to buy or sell a home in the Fawn Lake community, I just want to remind you that you could reach out to me at my website at explorewithjb.com. I also want to remind you that if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to click subscribe, and that way you can be kept up to date on the most recent episodes as they come out. If you're listening to this on Apple's podcast, then make sure that you follow the show so that you can do the same. All right, now that this episode's done, I just want to make sure that you guys know that I hope you guys have a wonderful day, an even better week, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode with more data. Make it a great one.